Hello guys, my name is ScherBR and let's just talk about the new event called the Bringer of Chaos. I did a step-by-step video, but right now I'm just trying to make a quick guide so that everyone can get the information, the most important information from this event. And let's start that this event you need to clear the vestiges of Little Miodo before you go to the Bringer of Chaos, and you need to do this as soon as possible because this event is already ending. If you don't clear the Lucian event, you won't be able to start the Bringer of Chaos. So right now that the Valhalla Assault just ended, you need to clear the Lucian event as soon as possible if you haven't. If you are a new player, please just try to get the Lucian. Lucian is gotten from the vestiges of Mido number 5. You need to clear this stage before you're able to start Bringer of Chaos. So right now that we just started this event is very similar to the Lucian event, but it's a little better. There's more stuff to get on the exchange booth. All this first 5 stages give you this coin. It's the bronze coin. It's the first clear reward, and this coin is used to get 5-star weapons from the exchange booth. You get 7 coins from doing the stages, and the last 80 coins gotten from your gift box the devs will send you just when the event started. And these weapons, it's not here anymore because I already claimed it. Let me show these weapons here. Some of these weapons are good. They are very good statistics because of something that I'll show you. And it's these weapons that I have imbued into the name. You see that this is the Dravia is word. It has the Dark Fear passive. This Dark Fear passive increases dark damage, so it's a good weapon to be used as sub. But you know that when you're using a sub weapon, the events are halved. So for the event, if you're having trouble, this will be dealing more damage against enemies, and you also be getting more dark element damage when you're equipping it. Okay, so that's this word here. You see that there's 2 of it because you can get 2 from the event, so you can just upgrade 2 or just use the second copy to raise the skill. I don't think you need more than 1 copy of each of these weapons because more than 1 is just too much. As soon as the event ends, they will be just used as statistics for most of the time. So let's just check the active skill. It's just simple damage. It's heavy damage from the dark element. Okay. And that's also another problem because we just got way too many words from the dark element. Killing event also has the Progma's word that's a dark element weapon. There's the Focatrois. Focatrois is this word here. It was also from dark element. And the Onyx Focaccia was also from dark element. Where is it? It's here. So there's a lot of words with the dark element. So this weapon here, it's a low priority for you to try to use. And just upgrade it if you're having a lot of hammers remaining and you just want to use for collection or just for the sub. And the sub is a Dark Fear. It's at least a good passive to have. It's better than most other options that you have. So okay, that was this word. There's this bow here, the fireball. It's good because we already have the fireball from the Divine Craftsmanship event, but I didn't have the chance to get a fireball on that time. So this is besides that bow, this is the only fireball we got so far. So that's good because of it. The damage is simple damage, heavy damage to all enemies using magic attack. After the bow, there's the staff. The staff is from the lightning element. It's also the second staff with the lightning element that we got. There was one from the first Transmutation Gems event that was also from the lightning element. There's also for Mestina, but this is the first free one that we get. Has the final bolt, active skill. It's also has heavy damage to all enemies using magic. There's also the passive that deals increased lightning damage. All the weapons from this event have increased passive elemental attack. So that's it. There's also this Great Heavy Sword that's from the ice element. So this one here is not that useful because we have the Vorpal Shade and the active skill is Freeze Cascade. But you see that the freeze out, it also increases ice damage. So that you can actually use this one as sub-weapon and raise the damage from your Vorpal Shade a little further. If you don't have any other options to be using a sub-weapon, this one will be interesting to use alongside the Vorpal Shade. But the status are not that good, so maybe good, but if you have like me, I'm using the Refuse Word Maxed as sub-weapons. I'm not so sure if this, even with the passive, can reach the damage if you equip Refuse Word as sub-weapon. But it's at least interesting to see that you're just stacking even more ice buffs, so there's ice increased damage with your equipment. But let me say, if you have the Vorpal Shade, this, at least for the first part of this event, there's no need to use any of these weapons here because the Vorpal Shade completely destroys the last enemy of the event. Not only the last enemy, all of the enemies of this event are easily defeated with the Vorpal Shade. The Vorpal Shade is this one here that we got one copy from the Valkyrie Assault second. You see that this ice enchantment, large ice damage up. This is probably better than the other sword that we just saw. So okay, let's just get out of here so we can check more stuff from the shop. Okay, Bringer of Chaos again. Let's go back to the shop. For all that equipment, that you see, there's 80 items, 2 of each type. So there's also this stuff that you can get, this Pearl of Chaos that it's used to limit break your weapons. You can get a lot of it because there's 2 copies of each one. I don't suggest you to work on that many weapons to be used on this event because they are not that important to have, and 2 are just over exaggeration. So you can just get at least enough to maximum limit break 1 copy of each if you're a collector. And let's talk about other stuff here. The staffs are not so important because, like I said, we just got a lot of hammers from the past events, and it's a little costly here because I'll try to explain better the drop chains on this event, but let's just see the remaining items here. Well, there's nothing very important here besides the Ember. The Ember is not here because I already claimed it. The Ember costs 600 of the silver coins that drops on the event. It's called Valkyrie Medal. It costs 600 of it, and it's the only important thing to get right now. All of the other items are just not important. You get the weapons using bronze, the medals. The bronze medals are free from clearing. So you go to get to this event, get the Ember, and stop. Yeah, that's right. You just stop. Don't do anything more. Why I'm telling you this? Because this event has a second part. We don't know how much drops will be on the second part, and this will change how we do approach this event. And you see that other items to claim. This orb here is not important. The gold not important. The book, it's also not important because of the AP cost for this event. And I also did the mats and tempered crystals are not good to be farmed here because if you do the daily hammer dungeon, you get more for less AP. So that's it. The only stuff that you could technically get right now are the Pearl of Chaos. Just get enough for the weapons that you want to upgrade. You don't need to upgrade all of the weapons, and get the Ember for 600 of the silver coins. Let's get back to the stages. The star stages are up to the 5. The 50 stage, the prologue 5 here, it's the last story related stage. The extra stages that go from 1 to 5 don't have story mode, and they are harder. You see that from each stage after the prologue 5, it increases the difficulty by 5k recognized by stage. And let me just show something here. All of the enemies have different weakness based on each stage. This stage here, the prologue 1, it's dark. The prologue 2, it's light and ice. The 3, it's lightning. And the 4 is fire. The last one is ice and dark. So the most important thing about the last stage, the prologue 5, it's the dragon is from the ice element, and you can just bring your Vorpal Shade and destroy this dragon. I just one hit kill it because of my Arnegreen using the Vorpal Shade, and because of it you don't need either of that weapons if you are also bringing your Vorpal Shade. If you have or just bring your friend with one and you'll be able to one hit kill this enemy here. It's not hard, it's very easy to do. And that's why I'm telling you guys to just stop when you get the Ember. Let's talk about the drops. The drops of this event have a very, very hard variance. The last stage is the best to farm. There's no better way to, because the other stage drops very low amounts of the silver coin. And on the last stage, there's you can get 40 drops from the boss. The boss drops the chest that has the silver coins, or 280 drops. So that's 5 times the best value. You can get either 1 multiply or 7 multiplies of the drops. So 40 or 280 drops. So if you get 2 of these drops, we call it the lucky drops, that 280, you can just get your Ember, because the Ember costs 600. Just with 2 of lucky runs, you can get your Ember. So just do this, get through the stage, get your Ember, and stop. And let's wait for the second part and see what else it has for us, if the silver coin drop H is better. But if not, just get to this exchange booth, get the materials for the swords you want to upgrade, maybe get the 5-star hammers that costs 220 coins if you're still lacking it, and maybe the silver ticket, and stop as well. Okay, so that's what I recommend you guys to do. Just wait for the second part and just do other stuff. There's more stuff to do. There's the Nameless flower event rerun that you can just get here. The Nameless flower rerun. This is the event. I also did the math, and the math from this event is that the best stage to be running to farm the items from the exchange booth is the Nameless Flower 6. They added a lot of stage. There's the Nameless Flower 5 another, and the Nameless Flower 6 another. These stages are very hard. The 5 can be... It's easy to one-shot the boss. The boss also has a very strong attack on the 3rd turn. Both bosses have a strong attack on the 3rd turn, and you need the buffs to survive. If you can one-shot the stage 5 boss, it's not that hard to do. You won't even see this attack. And the stage 6 boss, it's very, very problematic. A lot of people are just reviving after his attack to kill, because in most players' experience, after his nuke that happens on the 3rd turn, it won't be using this nuke again. So you just revive once, deal with the HP from the boss, and once you're able to clear, you just don't need to get back to the stage. But there's something you guys want to know, that the reward from the stage is a new type of ring that is used to get unique orbs from story characters. This feature is not even released in the game yet, so there's no rush to clear the stage, because you won't be able to use the item that you get from here. It's useless right now. So if you're not able to defeat this guy here, just try once for a day. Try to get if you don't have the Hangrit or the Laughing Tooth, you can try to get a friend with one of these weapons, because it's the best thing to do. You need to debuff this boss before the 3rd stage, so that on the 3rd stage, when he tries to hit you with this nuke, he will be debuffed and the damage will be lesser, and you can survive it. You can also use blind to inflict blind on this boss, and the blind is easy to inflict if you're using Runvald. Runvald can inflict all of the status. There's also Nashi. Nashi is used to inflict the blind debuff as well. There's the Recent Tear Bow. I don't have this Recent Tear Bow. And there's also some 4-star weapons that also can inflict blind. Let me see if I have some of them here. This is Apply Stone, Frozen, Curse. And this one here, the Sacred Tear, is a 4-star weapon that can apply blind. And if you apply blind before his nuke, you'll be receiving way less damage. There's some more here that also applies blind. Let me see if I have more. I have some other equipment here, but I always keep the ones that have enchantment or just status. There's also this word here, the Pragma's word. Deals very heavy physical damage to a single foe and also inflicts blind. So you can use this Pragma's word, it's from the killing event, and you can just inflict blind because of it. And if you are able to inflict blind before the 3rd turn, you will reduce the nuke damage from a lot. The blind debuff, it's not like, what can I say? It changes the damage value from the enemy, but there's some variance. It can just do a lot of damage or just 0 damage because it creates some discrepancy between the numbers based on the variance of the damage, and can be the same damage as it was before you inflicted blind, or it can be 0. The number can change by a lot. It can be 500%, can be 500 no, 50%, can be 10%, or can be 80% of the original damage. Blind is a very strong debuff, it helps a lot, and if you are bringing Renvald with this word here as well, Renvald will be using his attack and maybe another sub-weapon, and another sword user using this word here, it can make you survive the nuke, okay? So that's it, guys. That's it for the 2 events. I just wanted to make it quick. I always keep prolonging because I'm sorry, that's just me. So thanks for watching so far. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we see each other on the next video. Bye.